Last week was our first playoff game, and my plaque psoriasis was so itchy under all my gear. Sometimes just thinking about scratching could take me out of the moment. And then my doctor told me I could get clearer skin with a pill called Otezla.
Otezla apremilast is a prescription medicine used to treat adult patients with plaque psoriasis for whom phototherapy or systemic therapy is appropriate. Otezla can help you get clearer skin after just 4 months.
Okay, ready for the next game. Talking to my doctor about a pill was a total game changer.
Don't use Otezla if you're allergic to it. Get medical help right away if you have trouble breathing or swallowing, swelling of the face, lips, tongue, throat, or arms. Severe diarrhea, nausea or vomiting, depression, suicidal thoughts, or weight loss can happen. Tell your doctor if any of these occur and if you have a history of depression or suicidal thoughts. Live in the moment. Ask your doctor about Otezla. Call 1-8444-OTEZLA or visit Otezla.com for prescribing info about cost, and more.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Fiscally responsible, financial geniuses, monetary magicians. These are things people say about drivers who switch their car insurance to Progressive and save hundreds. Visit Progressive.com to see if you could save. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Potential savings will vary, not available in all states or situations.
Hi, it's Dave here. This is my wife, Cathy.
Hello.
This is the Cinemile. It's the podcast where we walk home from the movies. Today we're going to go see a movie called Black Bag. We're doing 2 separate walks because childcare issues, we can't get a babysitter. So what we're doing today is we're going to tag team it. Cathy's doing the 5:45 showing, which is very shortly, and I'm doing the 8 p.m. and then we're going to reconvene here afterwards as if, like magic, we both saw it at the same time.
The magic of cinema and podcasting.
Yes. What better way to spend a Friday night than
we both love going
go
to the
by
cinema
yourself
our own, yeah.
to the cinema.
I've seen one trailer for this and it looks fun.
Yeah, so Black Bag is a Steven Soderbergh film written by David Cope, 2 old Hollywood stalwarts. David Cope wrote Jurassic Park, Mission Impossible, all those kind of things.
Oh wow, okay. I didn't know his name.
Steven
I don't know him.
Soderbergh, obviously Ocean's 11, Out of Sight, all those great films. Retired famously from movie making like 15 years ago and has made about 3 movies a year since. So here, and I think he had one out, these two of them had a film out in cinemas only like a few weeks ago. Presence was by both of them as well.
Haven't seen that.
Due to delays, I guess.
I've heard of it.
So Black Bag, it stars Michael Fassbender, Kate Blanchett, Pierce Brosnan and a load of other people. It's a spy thing. Yeah, it looks good.
Trailer looks great. Bit of fun, and we're thrilled because it's 90 minutes long. So I'm already sold.
3 minutes.
Like, it just can't go wrong, can it?
I mean, that's a great night out.
Except that we're doing
by
it
yourself.
separately.
93 minutes by yourself in a packed cinema. It won't be packed. No one's going to be at this.
It won't be packed.
Guarantee you.
Well, I'm really looking forward to it. Can't wait, and we'll be back after we've watched it to review it.
See you soon.
Where are you off to? Black Bag. Right. You asked how it works. To be with someone in this business, this is how. You each know what you know, and you know what you'll do, and you never discuss certain things again. I watch her, I assume she watches me. I would do anything for you.
Would you?
Yes.
If a situation presents itself, would you choose your marriage over everything else?
My devotion to my marriage is my professional weakness. Love you.
You got a breach. What did you do? One of our people stole something.
Something extremely valuable.
You cannot imagine the damage. Find the leak.
Okay, well, hi, we're back. 2 viewings later, we have seen Black Bag, the entirety of Black Bag. If it's your first time at the Cinemile, we won't spoil anything about what's in the black bag until, of course, we get to Spoiler Street.
I don't even think I know what's in the black bag.
What's in the black bag? Do you want to tell everyone what a black bag is? Because I learned what it is.
It's like the code word that spies use for a mission they're not allowed to talk about.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is great, actually, and I'm going to start using it all the time when I don't want to answer questions.
Yeah, where are you going? Oh, black bag.
I'm terribly sorry.
Total
That's a black bag. So yeah, do you know what? I had a really good time with this film. It was pleasant. It rolled over me. I enjoyed it. It almost overstayed its welcome at 90 minutes. And like it was in many parts very dull, but I was never bored by it. Like, you know, huge chunks of Mickey's 17 last week where I was actually bored. Like, because this film's really tight, I wasn't bored, but like there were a few moments where I was like, I expected it to be more thrilling than it was. It definitely feels like a good movie to put on when there's nothing else on, but it's not going to be like anyone's best movie of the year. Do you know what I mean? I don't know what you think. Like, I will get into spoilers on the plot. Like, I enjoyed the performances, I enjoyed the film. It's just very low key, isn't it? It kind of feels like a film you'd expect to get on a streaming service.
Yes, but good. But because it looks good, it has
looks
good performance.
great, like,
so
I
I accept what you're saying. I agree. This is it's a light snack of a film almost, isn't it? Well, it's not. That's not quite right.
I'm not complaining.
It's by the end you feel satisfied, but also a little like, oh, okay, well, it's a little insubstantial.
Like, considering the cast, like, you've got Pierce Brosnan, Kate Blanchett and Michael Fassbender, and they're all very good, by the way, as are the supporting cast. But I don't know, I was expecting a bit more zing to it, a bit more energy.
Yeah, but I actually think that's a feature, not a bug. What I was thinking watching this is, it's fun to watch, and I'm enjoying watching a spy film that has no action. He wrote the first Mission Impossible, David Cope, and I was watching this and thinking, as a comparison point to Mission Impossible, like, Tom Cruise would have jumped off a building by now. Or he'd be hanging off the side of an airplane.
He'd be on the Eurostar.
No, yeah, exactly. That's not what this movie is. This movie is all... It's not even like there's no clear... We'll give you the basic premise here, and this is in the trailer, is there's a mole at this agency. Michael Fassbender's job is to find the mole. It's one of 5 people. One of those people is his wife, who also works at the agency. So it's a very insular movie.
It's a great idea.
It all takes place around these 5 people, around this agency, and it's them second guessing each other, and it's you're kind of in the shoes of Michael Fassbender as he asks the question, could my wife have done this? And honestly, that's a great premise,
it's a great
and
setup.
it keeps that momentum right through to the end, I think.
I don't agree.
No?
Like, I thought the most interesting scene happened at the start of the film.
The dinner party?
It's so good.
Yeah.
Actually, for a while I thought, oh, how cool, this whole film's going to be a dinner party.
I thought the same, yeah.
Which would have been awesome. Like, Michael Fassbender, this is probably one of my favourite roles I've seen him in, actually. He's very good in this.
Yeah.
You know, the cast is brilliant, all the supporting cast. I just don't think it ever, like, hit.
I guess it doesn't pop or sizzle. Is that what you mean?
No, like, there's just nothing... There's very few kind of electric moments on screen with a cast like this. Part of the problem here is we've just watched, and we've done loads of reviews over on our Patreon around them, but we've just watched Day of the Jackal, and we just watched, what was that Keira Knightley one?
Black Doves.
Now, they were very different, but they were very, very good, compelling spy things that we've just watched. So I feel like coming into this, I'm a bit like, okay, but I've just seen Day of the Jackal though, and this wasn't...
Also, isn't Fassbender starring in another spy show on Paramount Plus called The Agency?
I have no idea.
He is.
There's a lot of spy stuff going around at the moment. And I mean, you've got James Bond in this, you know what I mean? And you barely use him. Like, Pierce Brosnan's barely in this film. Now, I say all this, I'm being critical because that's what we're doing here, but I have to say I still really enjoyed it.
I thought it was really good.
Like, because
really
it was 90 minutes long, I didn't have that fear when I sit in the cinema, when I panic and think, oh fuck, there's 45 minutes left in this film. Like, I just was like, do you know what, this movie's going to end soon, so they're just going to keep it going and keep it moving along, and they did. So I commend them on the duration. It was the right decision. I'd say it was fairly low budget, like there's not that many sets. They've a fantastic house where a lot of the scenes take place. I think we should go to spoilers, but I recommend it for sure if someone wants like a nice easy watch.
I think, to your point, I think you're right. It doesn't feel like a big cinematic movie. This is a great, like, Friday night, throw this on the TV and you'll all have a guaranteed good 90 minutes.
Yeah.
It's played like a murder mystery. It even has dinner parties and reveals.
There's like
it's written like that, isn't it?
There's a full Murder, She Wrote like scene at the
Yeah.
end. But I wanted to be in cinema because I want films in cinema.
No,
so,
for sure.
yeah.
And also Soderbergh just makes slick, cool-looking movies.
Yeah.
The opening to this has a tracking shot of Michael Fassbender walking through a club, which I thought was
Yeah, really enjoy that.
really cool, and I was like vibing with it. The sound design was particularly good in those scenes as well. So yeah, it's light. It's relatively light. It's not big. It's not doesn't pop or zing. It's not sexy, like out of sight. It's very low key but satisfying. I found it like a really satisfying little meal. Yeah.
Unlike the meals Michael Fassbender cooks in this, which look incredible.
Yeah, there's some cooking porn in this as well.
I mean, there's some great cooking, and he puts like truth serum in people's food, which is
Oh
just
my God,
very
it's great fun.
Like, I would hate to eat that dinner because you don't know what you
It's not a spoiler, this is in the beginning, but he
Yeah.
says something like that, don't
He says to his wife,
says don't have the chana masala. There's truth serum in that.
they all,
I've
they
never
all
enjoyed that.
start spitting out wild stuff at that dinner. Like, that was my favourite scene, honestly. That was brilliant.
Yeah.
Anyway, look,
Okay, let's get to spoilers then.
Yeah.
So I would recommend it though. I think
recommend it, yeah.
get it if you. It's a good breezy time at the movies. Just set your expectations low. It's not. There's no like wow. There's not a wow movie.
No, but it's
No.
a great, yeah, it's a good watch. Right, we
Yeah.
shall be back in a minute. You may hear a quick ad.
Okay, we're back. But before we do get to spoilers for Black Bag, I'd just like to quickly shout out some of our new patrons over at our Patreon page, where you can go to support the show. And a thank you from both of us to Anton Skoglar, to Tori, Karen Jones, Marlon, Lucas, Sophie, and Jimmy. Thank you, all of you, for subscribing for the price of a cup of coffee a month, or you can do it annually, and you get, what do you get, Cathy? Tell them what they win.
You get monthly retro TV watches, which are voted by our patrons, and we've loads of fun watching them. We kind of basically do weekly TV reviews at this point. We're either doing a spoiler special or we're kind of rounding up what we've been watching without spoilers. It's a ton of fun. The best part is the kind of chat function and the community we have over there. And if you are going to subscribe, go to patreon.com/thecinema. Don't do it via Apple app. They charge you more.
Yeah,
do it via
subscribe on a browser and then
subscribe on a
download
browser.
the Apple app, because you just get charged more.
Yeah, it's terrible.
Apple and Patreon are fighting.
But Apple's doing it to loads of people. It's like,
Yeah.
they don't have enough money. Anyway, come over. It's a ton of fun. It's the best community ever, and we're having so much fun over there. Now, on to spoilers.
Right, spoilers now for Black Bag. Would you want to quickly talk about the supporting cast, because we didn't really call them out? We forgot to say, of course, Naomi Harris,
Also Bond.
also in Bond. She's
Yeah.
Moneypenny in the Daniel Craig ones.
They've quite the cast here.
So they're really. I thought all the cast
You've
was
got
excellent.
Cormoran Strike, so he plays
Yeah,
a
Tom Burke.
police officer, and he was in the Mad Max, the latest Mad Max.
He's very enjoyable in this, and he
He's
was
really
particularly
good.
good as the chaotic dinner guest.
We've got the
at the
Duke from
beginning.
Bridgerton, who also stole Dungeons and Dragons, the movie. What's his name again?
Reggie Jean Page.
Yeah, he was underutilised in this, I felt. And then finally,
He's a bit of a boring character.
the fourth suspect, who neither of us know but is huge. She's in industry. She played Amy in the Amy Winehouse movie. What's her
Yeah,
name
Marissa
again?
Abella. She was
Great.
excellent.
Yeah,
I
never seen
really
her
enjoyed
before.
her.
Yeah, honestly, it was some cast. It was an incredible ensemble, and which is why the scenes, like the dinner party scenes, were so good. I think where the film lost me a little bit is like the kind of central. Oh, they're the five suspects, right? I love that. I love that idea, and I love the dinner party, and I feel like it started on such a high that it came down a little bit, and as the plot thickened and unraveled and we kind of learned what it was all about, I still had a really good time, so I'm not saying I didn't, but by the end, in the big Murder She Wrote kind of scene where he confronted them all at the dinner table,
I love that.
and he explained the plan, I left going, wait, what happened?
Well, will we recap then? There were two consecutive plans happening, which I think I haven't seen that before.
But okay, but I get all that, right?
Yeah.
But why was Naomi sleeping with Cormoran Strike though?
Just to get him to stop what the other guy was doing.
So she found out what the other guy was doing.
Yeah,
months
because
ago then.
he drunkenly told her his plan,
But
which
that
is a
bit-
bit of a silly.
It made no sense to me. You're telling me he's like the second, third
know, right?
highest spy in MI6 or wherever they work, and he gets pissed one night and just tells his girlfriend that he's stealing nuclear codes for
Insane
Russia.
thing to tell her.
He's like, oh, wait till I tell you when I did at work today. Like, and I know she works there and she's a psychologist, but even at that,
Oh yeah, come on.
that was so thin.
And I like the way Michael Fassbender figured it out because, well, she used to be Catholic. She's Catholic, and as we all know, Catholics won't allow thousands of people to be killed.
Of course,
but that's just Catholics.
And
like
also,
the rest of us are well up for
but
it.
why did she have to sleep with that disgusting guy just to get him to follow her plan? Like, again, that doesn't quite stack
You're right.
up.
Actually, as soon as when we say it out loud, it doesn't seem to stack
I think
up
the big, and also it was so Jessica Fletcher of him that he felt the need to like enact the entire thing.
It was fun
over dinner. It was so fun. Like I was howling at that scene.
And the gun and the line that really got me in that was that there'll be no dinner tonight. The gun on the table. I loved when Kate Blanchett said the name of revealed that the name of this game is Who's Going to Pick Up the Gun.
So good.
Which I loved.
And I love back to the very first dinner party because like fair play to them, they host an amazing party. Michael Fassbender's like, we're going to play a game where you make a resolution for the person next to you.
Yeah.
And what you don't know is you've been laced with truth serum.
He's just stirring up shit. That was really good though, because he basically got them to reveal secrets they knew about the person to the right
It was
of them.
so good. Do you know what I liked at the core of the film? That and I'm an old romantic, that the husband and wife
they were very loyal to each other.
had each other's back.
Yeah.
I liked that, but then at the same time I was slightly disappointed at the end where there wasn't some twist where the wife like had been in on it. But I think the most exciting scene.
No, I liked what we got.
I liked it too. My most favourite scene after the dinner party, obviously, the most exciting scene was when he was in the control room spying on her and Zurich,
Great
and she's
scene.
on a bench meeting this bad guy.
But
and
also,
they're like hacking them, and they use the AI to lip read. I was like, holy shit, this is good. Like when you get really good spy technology.
Yeah.
I'm really into spy stuff
it
like
was
that.
really fun, and also the scene after that. I really enjoyed the
Pierce
shit
Brosnan.
moment. The shit moment where Michael Fassbender's looking at his computer and he's like, oh
That was
no.
so
like
good.
the exact 3 minutes that they switched off the cameras is when
also,
the Russian
like,
escaped.
as if like it was a fairly convoluted scheme to plant a cinema ticket in the bin, which still makes no sense. I don't understand the cinema ticket thing. To make him suspicious
because
of
he
her.
was making it seem like she was having secret meetings at the cinema, like a spy would. and then he knew that Fassbender would question her on that movie.
But
which
then
he
he
did,
knew
and then
Fassbender would go to her diary, check the exact coordinates of her meeting, hack into the global satellite, and for 3 minutes close off the satellite of the Russian guy they're spying on.
Yeah, because he had arranged for the meeting to happen.
I know, but they didn't know he would do all that other stuff with the satellite off the back of it.
Of course
that's
he did.
a bit of a reach.
I mean, yeah, okay.
And then what
There's
about
a lot of reaches
like
here.
I still don't understand what the Duke from oh my god, how have I forgotten the name? The Duke from Bridgerton. I can't remember anyone's name. I still don't understand what his motivation was. Was he trying to help the Russians nuke the Brits?
No, the other way around. He was trying to destroy a Russian nuclear plant which would dismantle the Russian government because the people would revolt.
But that was what the whole that was the whole point of their tech in the first
and end
place.
the war. I think they were kind of
But why was
alluding
he
to the war in Ukraine.
But why was he leaking the tech to Russians though?
I
I literally don't know what. At the end, I was like, huh?
Because they were because they were Russian. They said it. The compound where that guy was under house arrest. He was a Russian dissenter. So he was a military dissenter against the government. So he was trying to enact military coups against the Russian government.
Right. Okay.
So they were enabling him
That was just at the
to
end. It
take
got
over
a bit
the Russian
confusing.
government and dismantle it.
Now I enjoyed him creeping into his mate's house and poisoning his glass before he drank the whiskey.
Yeah.
I enjoyed the flashback of him drunkenly boasting to his girlfriend, but I just feel like for that character it just became a bit silly at the end because they wanted to be like, it twist, it was him.
He was a little bit
It
of
just
a.
didn't make sense.
He was probably the weakest character
Yeah.
because he was a little bland.
I really enjoyed the scene where his girlfriend, the doctor, broke up with him, and he's like, is there someone else? And she's like, yes.
Yeah.
And he's like, I left my things in your apartment. She's like, don't worry, they're packed in there.
That was good.
That was a really good scene.
There is some cracking scenes in
Yeah.
this. The poly scenes
Oh, they were fun.
were great, and I loved the are your sphincter muscles tightened? Yes. Please relax your sphincter muscles.
But if that's how you can evade a polygraph, then surely everyone's doing that with their sphincter muscles in like MI6.
No, but she knows exactly how to do it because she's read how to squeeze your sphincter muscle from cover to cover.
I like when he showed up at her apartment as well. You know, and she's like, don't even know if you're coming on to me, and I don't even know if it's a no.
yeah.
I have to say,
I thought she was great
really
in this.
good.
She was
Honestly,
really
the
fun.
cast was great. The duration was great. There's just something that I can't put my finger on that was kind of missing for me.
I know what you mean. You come out. The end it leaves you with the feeling of, oh, okay. Well, that's it, I guess.
Do you know the other thing that probably springs to mind
Yeah.
as a comparison point?
Go on.
It's something like Knives Out, which is much more cartoonish, but kind of
It's in
and
that
silly, the
field,
second
yeah,
one.
I
But
agree.
it's in that field of like I expect a lot from this genre, and I just think I think at the core of it, I really like Michael Fassbender and Cate Blanchett. I don't know that they particularly had much chemistry as the central couple who were so loyal to each other. And I know, but again, I really like them both, and it's probably my favourite role I've seen him in, actually.
I liked him. I liked his clinical sort of somebody who would dob in their own father. He's so by the book. He's so methodical.
That was so funny that
he's loyal.
Do you know, the screen I meant to say only had 4 people, but when she goes, that must have been very traumatic for you. What age for you? And he said 37. All 4 of us burst out laughing at the same time because you thought it was a story about the 10-year-old.
Exactly.
So he's a 37-year-old filming his dad cheating on his mom. Do you know, it makes me realise again like how important it is like for the direction and script to work, because you know that movie we watched last year where Michael Fassbender was an assassin? It was on Netflix.
The killer.
And because he was forced to do this terrible
Voiceover.
inner monologue kind of voiceover thing, it was just farcical, and he looked farcical. Whereas in this film, he's very reflective, and he's such a good actor. Like they never needed to do it in that movie, and we spoke about it at the time. It killed the buzz.
He's just got a good face and
like
a
when
presence.
when he's sitting fishing and kind of ruminating, it's really effective.
Also, he's someone who's been in the Bond sort of casting rumor mill for a decade now, so he also feels Bond adjacent.
Do you know who else
Putting
has
him in
been? The Duke from Bridgerton has been in the Bond.
Oh, has he?
Yeah.
Okay. So the casting are clearly nodding to to Bond so much here, but but it's very different to Bond, and it is more like a murder mystery at a dinner party.
It is.
And
What about Pierce Brosnan eating this fish that's still alive?
Oh, that was gross.
Yeah, that was so gross.
Also, we haven't really spoken about Cate Blanchett. I thought she's not actually present for much of the movie. She only kind of she's the subject of his investigation for most of it, but she kind of comes into the fore in the second half. I don't think she gets a whole lot to do, but my God, is she cool and stylish.
I know, yeah.
She's just like wonderful to watch,
Love to
isn't
see
she?
her, yeah. And I one of my favourite things also was just her and Pierce Brosnan in that restaurant together.
Yeah,
like, I
when
was
you
like, these are 2 awesome actors. I just love to see them together, you know.
He looked so angry.
Yeah, it was so good. It was brilliant.
And the boat scene, I quite enjoyed the boat scene with the gun, and he's testing Reggie.
And he goes, we're no longer looking at her as a suspect, and he goes, we? And he's like, well, like me and you. So good.
And I like later when he's like, you should have killed me on the boat. Like,
Do you know what? There's
I like
so
these
many good
characters
scenes.
are kind of it's this thing where the characters are. I guess the whole thing is the black bag. Everyone's got secrets from each other, and that's the question that the younger character asks in the middle. How are we supposed to have relationships with people when we cannot be honest with each other?
Michael Fassbender's such a creep. He just spies on everyone he works with, like way beyond the call of duty.
Yeah. Well, but that's his job.
Is it?
He's internal affairs, right? So he has to know. I believe that's what I read it. His department is internal affairs.
There was one really bad line of dialogue when the Corman strike guy, sorry, I can't remember his name, goes, oh yeah, I didn't get my promotion. You know, I drink too much, I fuck too much. That's a really bad line.
I liked when she stabbed him in the
really
hand.
fun.
I screamed.
I think every scene on its own I really liked, actually. I just, at the end, they just lost me a little bit with the motivation. I mean, it usually happens, but I was a bit disappointed
I
in
think
the
that
plotting
happens
there.
with murder mysteries
Yeah.
because it's all tied up very neatly
Yeah.
with a neat bow, and what you get is it's satisfying, but it also feels like everything that came before was a little bit,
Yeah.
oh, it was just in service of that. Okay.
It's kind of a neat bow, but I like that they begin and end on the dinner party, and I love at the very end one of the women notices, oh shit, that's a new rug.
Yeah, that was good. That was
Put a
good.
disposable rug down. They're expecting a corpse.
So
Their
good.
house, unbelievable. I want
Oh,
to live in
what
that
a
house.
house.
Yeah, unreal. Anyway, we're gonna go. Thank you for listening. Let us know what you thought of Black Bag. Come over to the cinema at Instagram, Letterboxd, or Blue Sky, or YouTube, and let us know what you think.
Yeah, thanks for listening. Or you can email us. We always like getting emails. thecinemile@gmail.com.
Bye.
Bye.
What do you?
Unexplored catacombs buried beneath the city. A crumbling castle perched on a mountain peak. A top-secret government bunker. A cursed mansion cloaked in legend. I'm Sasha Auerbach. Join me and Tom Ward every Wednesday and Sunday as we reveal the mysteries and histories of abandoned places around the world and ask, where did everyone go? Brought to you by Like a Shot, makers of Forbidden History. Search for Where Did Everyone Go on your favorite podcast platform.